should be made as far as placing a stable formation in front of these metal sheets that are going to be driven in, so that in the future, we don't have to worry about this erosion factor again. Because I truly believe that if we're going to do it, let's do it right this time. And in a way, I'd like to comment, Mr. Randa, you're correct, that not necessarily the low bidder is always the person. And I'm not saying anything against the gentleman who has a contract already awarded, but, you know, if we're going to spend that kind of money, it's better to have the forethought to do it right this time. And even if it's a little bit more money or whatever, let's try to accommodate for this so that it's done properly. And that's my comment.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Grossman. Mr. Mingo. Oh, yeah. Mr. Mingo, hang on for 1 second. Mr. Scheer will answer some questions that were raised here.
Those exact points were brought up as we were designing the boardwalk, and Parsons Brinkerhoff, these sheet piles are 33 feet long, so, and they've accounted for, I don't remember the exact amount, but 6 or 8 feet of loss of sand in the front, and they'll still stay up. And with the undersized rocks that are out there now, the plan is, as we're finishing up the job, we're going to be taking those rocks and stuffing them in the sand in front of the sheet piles. So there'll be a rock mass intermingled in the sand in front as an added protection. It's not necessary per the calculations, but we're just doing it as just in the beginning. So it's been designed for all those things to be accounted for.
Thank you, Mr. Scheer. Mr. Mingo, you've been waiting a while.
I'd like to bring a little bit of history. We had a boardwalk design committee in which I was on, and which was dissolved because we started asking too many questions. But the original boardwalk design required a concrete toe, which was never put in. That was one of the reasons why it disappeared. There was nothing to hold the rocks, which were basically ball bearings. They weren't riprap, they were round rock, which never should have been put in the first place. But that's not the reason why I came up here. Mr. Rando has a few years on me in terms of age, but
Mr. Mingo, you're going to have to speak in the mic.
from the time I was a young tyke, I spent many, many years up at Hampton Beach in New Hampshire. And anybody who's ever been up to Hampton Beach, that whole road is lined with steel piers. It's been there for 50, 60, 70 years. They don't even have any riprap in front of it, and they get massive storms up in New Hampshire. As a matter of fact, the height of the tide there is probably 10 or 12 feet, because when it's high tide, the water comes up on those steel piers about 3 or 4 feet. And that's probably, I'm going to say, maybe 2 miles, maybe 3 miles of these same type of steel piers that you folks are putting in up there. They've been there for 50, 60, 70 years. And if you look at them, they're not really deteriorated. So I don't see any of them breaking, falling into the ocean. So I have every confidence in the fact that they're putting in and I'm going to assume that they're bridge steel. I don't know for sure what the composition of the steel is. Do you know? Are they bridge steel?
It's A690. It's a special alloy specifically for this increased corrosion resistance.
Okay, so that basis is covered. So we should be in pretty good shape there. One of the things, I've been down there within the last month. If we get a fairly warm day, it's a great place for me to walk my dog. And I have very, very bad legs, and there's something about going down on that beach and the pain goes away. And I've actually been able to walk all the way up to where there's no more beach, which only once in my life, only once did I walk that whole boardwalk. But there's something about going down there with my little dog and walking that beach, which, by the way, I believe is longer than Rocky Neck, or darn close to it. And if you add the hole in the wall and the town beach, we probably got we increased the beach along the whole coast. I mean, Ned Cole was looking for a 10% increase in beach. He used to scream. And I think we've added to the total public beach in the state by a tremendous amount by this project. And I was always in favor of the project. I think it's the greatest thing we could have done. I will mention that there are a couple of, that I know of, people on Main Street who have plans in front of the Planning Commission to build some substantial buildings east of the Morton House. Whether they're gonna come, whether it's gonna happen or not. So there will be some economic development in terms of some new buildings along that area. The town can't help but eventually, I'm looking to see us like a Rockport, Massachusetts, and there's no reason why we can't be. The only problem we're gonna have is parking, which I'm sure is gonna get solved, but I was in favor of the boardwalk. The fishing in the Niantic River has been enhanced tremendously because that groin provides a lot of habitat for baitfish, which I don't think anybody's even investigated yet. So all in all, we stand to gain by this. I'm 100% in favor of it. I don't think it's going to wash into the ocean. At least I hope not. I don't hope we don't have to come back in here again, but I'm quite confident that the engineers know what they're doing, and they knew what they were doing way back when we started it, but the politicians stuck their nose in it, and they cut the project down to fit it. You know, they were creating a shoe to fit a foot instead of a foot to fit a shoe, and that's what happened there. And hopefully this has been solved.
Thank you, Mr. Mingo. Would anyone else like to be heard? Anyone in the back room? Seeing no hands, then we'll put this to a vote. All those in favor of a special appropriation of up to $4,442,779 from proceeds related to legal settlement, insurance settlement, and FEMA funds from Capital Projects Funds 57 into an account entitled Niantic Bay Boardwalk 2014 to fund betterment and repairs. Remaining funds to be used for maintenance and upkeep. Please signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed by saying nay.
Nay.
The ayes have it. The resolution carries. The next item on the agenda is a special appropriation in the amount of $21,107, and I'm going to wait until people that want to leave leave. I'm going to wait until the room clears. Okay, the next item on the agenda is a special appropriation in the amount of $21,107 municipal grant and aid to account 0130317500224 Town Aid for Roads. Do I hear a resolution? That was Mrs. Cheeseman, I'm guessing, but I didn't hear the second. Okay, is there any discussion on this matter? Mr. First Selectman.
Thank you, Mr. Moderator. This came from, an extra part of the governor's implementer bill, which is included specifically for the purposes designed in the DOT Town Aid Road Grant Funds. We received our share of this money of $21,107. This was unexpected. It was not included as part of our 2013 budget. Therefore, we have to appropriate these monies to the process, and this does have Board of Selectmen and Board of Finance approval.
Thank you, Mr. First Selectman. Would anyone else like to be heard? Seeing no hands, we'll move the question. All those in favor of a special appropriation in the amount of $21,107 municipal grant and aid to account 0130317500224 Town Aid for Roads, please signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed by saying nay. The ayes have it. The resolution carries. That's the last item on our agenda. I will entertain a motion to adjourn. Is there a second? Holly. All those in favor of adjourning, please signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed by saying nay. Meeting is adjourned.